Hi, this is Katie Weeks, an independent, close to my heart consultant, and I'm here today to show you how I put together a card using the stamp of the month for April 2020, Officially Awesome. So here's the stamp set, and you can tell that mine has been stamped a number of times. It is well loved. And my card, and you will see still shots of this also in the video. I actually embossed the front of the card with our new embossing folder under the C. And I made the layers of the card with 3 different shades of blue. So you can use whatever 3 shades you happen to have on hand. I used the 2 sides of Glacier. I used 2 sides of Crystal Blue, which I believe is a retired color now. And I use the 2 sides of Sapphire. So you just want to make sure they all go together and you have 3 progressive shades with the 2 sides on them. And those 6 different colors of blue then are what you use to make this card. I also used some retired cards that we had, very old retired cards from my stash that were these acetate cards, and they were scalloped, and I thought they were a lot of fun. And when I was cleaning out my craft room, I thought, why not, let's try something new. So I will show you what I did. I put together some card kits, so I will put my Cricut link in the description below. And if you have this Officially Awesome stamp set, since we are virtually scrapbooking and stamping together this month for my card club, I went ahead and made up little kits for the ladies. But you can make your own if you want, and you can use circle card or whatever you want to make yours. This is just how I made mine. You could even use a regular card with a shaker window that was clear and run your acetate for the shaker window through the embossing folder. I pre-stamped things for the customers, and I did that using Smoothie, Julep, Toffee, and Archival black ink. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start putting the layers on my card. The first 2 layers that I adhere down will be to the acetate. And so for that, I wanted to use something very strong. So I used this red line tape. It seems to hold best to those plastic type layers. It's something I found on Amazon. And I glued this light colored cardstock to the back of my card, so I had some place to write a sentiment and sign my name and things like that. I used the mat with the ruler to line this up because I could see through. And then I lined up through that clear card the sapphire layer, again using the red line tape, and because it is sticking to the acetate layer on the inside of the card. The rest of the layers I just used regular adhesive, or I used foam tape to pop it up. So here you see I'm putting down that layer on the inside. You can perfectly line them up through the clear acetate card. And then I put down the next layer, the lightest shade of sapphire. And when you line up these circles, you're going from the smallest circle on the inside to the largest to give it that tunnel effect. And I also used foam tape, like what you see, foam dots in this case, to put on the next few layers. That will really give it some dimension for the tunnel card. Okay, and here I am putting down the last of the layers for the inside of the card. I just popped up 2 of the layers for the inside of the card. Next, you'll see I have 2 of the next circle. You'll see how I use one of those in a minute. But first I want to use the liquid glass to put around the last layer that goes on the very top to put those 2 pieces of cardstock together. It was just a lot easier to use liquid glass than other adhesives to get in that skinny little place. And always make sure you clean out your liquid glass fine tip applicator before putting the lid in on. You really want to make sure you squeeze it till you get air out. And that's my best tip for keeping that nice and clear. Next, I use some foam dots on this layer to put on the front of the card. And again, you will just very carefully through the acetate line up all of your circles when you're ready to put it down. And then, since I don't want to see those foam dots on the inside, I used my red line tape to go around and put that extra circle on the inside. I think these finishing touches just give our cards a much more professional look. So I didn't want to be able to see those foam dots on the inside. I thought it made it look just a little bit more finished off by having this extra layer inside. Okay, so I went from everything that had been stamped to everything that is colored and cut out. So the next thing I'm going to do is start gluing in the layers inside the card. You can do this whatever order, whatever way you want. I kind of started from the bottom and started working my way out. So I'm not even sure what you call this first layer. It's kind of like the rock structure that goes on the very base of the card. I put that one in first and glued that in. And then I worked my way through and I put in my clownfish and I added some more fish, making sure that as I added these fish, I added them to different layers. Some of them I put on the top layer and some of them I tucked down into other layers. And then off camera, I also tucked in the seaweed and the sign and even the little treasure chest. So then I started working on the front of the card. I did want to make sure that I could see the sentiment that said birthday fishes through the front of the card. And I just added my little sandcastle and coral. And then even this little crab or lobster, I'm not sure which it is, that little guy was glued to the front as well. You could also add some gems that are bubbles or something like that if you would like, or sequins. And there you go. There's my little tunnel type card using the Officially Awesome stamp of the month, which has to have been one of my favorites that we've had so far. Now, if you would like to get this stamp set, you can order it on my website by April 30th, and you can also place a $50 order and get it for only $5. That's the deal that you want. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you do order this on my website and you get it for $5, you can also get my 3-card special. You will get a kit to make these 3 cards. So you can check out my Facebook page if you want to see more. This one has a little searchlight where you can actually go treasure hunting and looking for fish. Isn't that cute? And this is free with a $50 order plus the add-on for the stamp of the month on my website, katie.ctmh.com. That's Katie, K-A-T-I.ctmh.com. Have a great day. Bye.